years, as fall sports are coming to an end and winter sports are beginning, I went around and asked some students that participate in winter sports how they prepare for their seasons. How long have you been wrestling?
I've been wrestling since I was about 4 or 5.
I'm coming up on my first full year of wrestling.
So practices vary, but there's a lot of drilling. Sometimes we go live, and other than that, there's a lot of just technique based and making sure everybody's constantly growing.
School practices are hard, but they're definitely worth it. And I go to Marysville to practice too, so those are hard too.
What is your favorite part of it?
My favorite parts are the competition and then being able to be with a good group at all times, and then always just putting out the best results with a lot of fun people.
Winning.
I've been doing indoor track. This will be my 3rd year.
1 year.
What are the practices like?
I don't usually go to a whole lot of them just because I also do basketball, cheer, and musical. But the ones I do go to, it's usually just a lot of running and sprint workouts.
They're pretty chill. We do a lot of stuff inside because it's cold during that time. You get a lot of conditioning.
I always love going to like the indoor state meet because it's a lot of fun with a small group. And then I also love it when me and Mia go out and around the campuses that we go to and get food.
I like the long bus rides. I like going out to eat after. I feel like it's really fun.
How long have you been bowling?
About a year and a half.
What are the practices like?
Usually an hour and a half long. Usually you play about 2 to 3 games. Practices start November 4th.
What is your favorite part about bowling?
Hanging out with friends.
How long have you been doing guard?
3rd high school year, and I did it since the 4th grade for like all the other stuff.
What are practices like?
About 3 hours long, and we start with warm-ups with like dance and fundamentals, and then we start our show.
How long until your actual season starts?
Clinics and auditions start in about 2 weeks.
Be there or be square. What is your favorite part of winter guard?
I like the people. It's just fun. It's a good environment, positive environment to be around.
How long have you been playing basketball?
I've been playing it as long as I can remember. I actually been playing it, I think, since I was 2, 3. Always had a ball in my hand.
What are your practices like?
They're really aggressive. They're fun to get you better. Just being on that court with the ball and my teammates, winning games, it's a lot of fun.
This will be my 4th year swimming.
This will be my 3rd year swimming.
So practices, usually we start with a warm-up. It's about 400 meters. And then after that, it usually depends on the day we're doing. It could be a distance day, it could be a sprint day, or it just could be a technique day. Our season starts November 4th, which is next Monday.
What is your favorite part about swim?
Probably the practices, because just being around everybody else, it's really fun, and it's a chill environment.
My favorite part would probably be the hot tub or the meets. Definitely not practice.
So Lakers, now that you guys have seen some of the winter sports our school offers, be sure to either join or come support them at their events.
Hi Lakers, have you or someone you know donated blood before? Well, today I went to the blood drive and I interviewed people about their experiences and just trying to figure out what the blood drive is itself. Have you donated blood before?
Yes.
Yes, I've donated blood before. It was last year, my first time.
Yes, I've donated, I think, 5 or 6 times.
What made you want to donate blood?
I was just trying to, maybe I could help somebody in the future by giving them my blood.
Making it go to a good cause.
Helping people because people need blood for operations and stuff.
Just seems like the right thing to do to help others that are in need of blood donations.
Why do you think it's encouraged?
So you can help people in case they need blood.
They don't really got that much blood, like a supply of blood. And like if you keep on giving, it's like a gift, and then people are gonna be able to survive.
Because you could save a life.
Kind of the right thing to do, and if you're able, it's helpful to help the community.
Indian Lake sponsors 2 blood drives a year. In the fall, SAD sponsors the blood drive, and in the spring, NHS sponsors it. The blood drive is a chance for students and staff to give back to the community. Indian Lake sponsors the blood drive to help members of our community. Blood cannot be reproduced other than by people donating. Well, as each person gives blood, I know there's possibly 3 lives that can be saved from each donation. It's important because every time you donate blood, you're possibly saving a life.
An account manager with Solvita. We are your local area blood bank, and we are the exclusive blood supplier for Mary Rutan. So you have to be at least 16 years old with parental consent, weigh over 110 pounds, and be in general good health. So all of our blood donors do receive a text message or a phone call after they donate that lets them know which hospital it was used at. And so we do support 18 different counties, Logan County being one of them, and the blood does often get used at Mary Rutan and local area hospitals. We do support Mercer Health up in Lima as well, and then the blood is always used for car crash victims, cancer patients, anybody that has an accident and has lost a lot of blood, new moms that might have hemorrhage after baby. There's so many different ways it can be used. You could be helping a neighbor, you could save a neighbor with this donation. It's always needed. Just because accidents do happen every day. There's no synthetic substitute for blood.
Well, Lakers, now that you know more information about the blood drive and what it's all about, I hope you take into consideration about signing up for our NHS blood drive in the spring.
Hey Lakers, I went around and interviewed some students and teachers with unusual hobbies or cool talents, and I even tried some for myself. Let's go check it out.
What is your unusual hobby?
I like bird watching.
My weird hobby is that I shoot traditional archery. I have a stick with a string. I hunt deer with it, rabbits. I have not hunted squirrel with it, but I might try that someday.
Painting.
I make music.
How often do you bird watch?
A few times a week, and depending on the time of year and my depression levels, might be more.
Depends on how I'm feeling. How long have you been bird watching, and how did it start?
Probably since I was like 5 or 6. My grandpa used to have feeders at his house, and I used to go over to his house and sit on his back porch and watch the bird feeders while he drank coffee.
I picked this hobby up about 3 years ago. A friend of mine introduced me to it, and I found that I really enjoyed it.
Since I was like 9. I started painting because I was bored whenever I was homeschooled.
I started going to school for Columbus around October 2023. And after my first season fair, that's when I got the idea to start making my own demo tapes. And that's how my band camp started.
I was bored. I just needed something to watch. 2 years. Do you have a favorite place to bird watch?
Yeah, my favorite place is Oldfield Beach. It's very calming and peaceful and relaxing.
Yeah, if I'm hunting, I hunt in Van Wert County, but if we're just doing target shooting, we like to go down to Lake Hope State Park, which is in Vinton County.
I decided to do some research on the best hobbies to do for free and also try some that students and teachers from our school recommend. Walking on trails is my favorite hobby, and I would definitely recommend trying to find some nice trails near you. I don't think bird watching is really for me, but I can definitely see how it's very calming, especially when it's really nice outside.
Pony, my little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure, tons of fun. A beautiful heart, faithful and strong. Sharing kindness, it's an easy feat. And magic makes it all complete.
I give my My Little Pony experience a 10 out of 10. I hope this helped you get to know some people from your school or even find a new hobby.
Lakers, as you guys know, it's election season, and some of your classmates are able to participate in the election. Here's what you guys should know when preparing to vote.
The first thing that you need to do to prepare for the election is register to vote. In Ohio, you could do so in person at the Board of Elections office in your county, or you could also register through the mail.
I think it's important for students to vote because I think a lot of times young people don't really know what's going on in the world. I think if I asked a bunch of people to name a NASCAR driver, I could probably get multiple answers, but if I asked people to name a Supreme Court justice, there'd be very few students who'd be able to say it.
I think it's important for anybody who's eligible to vote to, it's your chance to express your voice.
I would say if you're eligible to vote, you should vote. And I think it's because a lot of people don't understand the world around them. And one way you have to change is you have a voice. Don't listen to what other people tell you to vote, because then you're not using your own opinions, you're using someone else's opinions. Go online, be informed, listen to what the candidates say, check out their platforms on their websites, see if you agree with them, see if you don't agree with them, and then use that to guide you to vote.
Voting is important to me, again, to make my voice heard.
Voting is important to me because I think a lot of people don't realize the impact you can have.
We've seen elections be decided by a few votes, so every vote does count.
And this is a really silly story, but it means a lot to me. When the elementary school was being voted on, it was very close. So had my wife and I stopped for supper, instead of coming home and voting, that elementary school might not be there. And that's for anybody who voted in that election. So it can change everything. One vote can change everything.
Remember, Lakers, when looking for information for politics, remember to avoid biased sources.